Budget 2020 is deemed a unity budget for a good reason. It's both timely and responsive. Timely because I think a lot of businesses and Singaporeans are actually looking forward to some form of fiscal assistance from the government given this period of slow growth. And responsive because we are currently facing the COVID-19 outbreak and there has been some disruptions to both the supply chain and also in terms of the job security that Singaporeans are worried about. Well, let me introduce you to the ABC of this Budget 2020. A stands for assurance. And this assurance is because the policymakers have said that they won't hike GST from 7% to 9% next year, but they will still do it between 2022 to 2025. So they have put together a $6 billion package to help Singaporeans tide over the incremental hike in terms of the GST. So all Singaporeans will get assistance between $700 to $1,600, which will effectively cover the increase in GST for 5 to 10 years. So this is to give reassurance that actually the GST increase will not hurt their bottom line that much. Well, B stands for a blockbuster budget because Budget 2020 actually plans for $10.9 billion in terms of a budget deficit. And this is equivalent to 2.1% of GDP. This is the largest budget deficit that is seen in at least 2 decades. This shows that actually Singapore is in a good fiscal position because not many governments can plan and afford to spend that kind of money to stimulate the economy. The impact is actually to try and cushion the economy, but it's not fully offsetting the impact of the COVID-19. But nevertheless, it shows that actually we do have the firepower to try and stimulate the Singapore economy in times like this where there's a rainy day. Well, C is about the COVID-19 outbreak. Businesses and Singaporeans are very worried about the economic ramifications of the COVID-19 outbreak. So the government has put in place in Budget 2020 basically a $5.6 billion package to help both businesses and consumers overcome the short-term challenges. So businesses will get assistance in the form of rental rebates, enhanced corporate income tax relief, and also the Jobs Support Scheme where they will get an 8% salary support for 3 months. To help bolster consumer sentiments, the government will also give all Singaporeans $100 to $300 and seniors will get additional $100 passion card top-up. And on top of that, households will also get grocery vouchers to help bolster consumer spending in the short term. Well, personally, I'm most excited about the Skills Future top-up because we are getting this $500 Skills Future top-up, and on top of that, if you are aged between 40 to 60, you get additional $500. I think the principle here is use it or lose it. So there is an expiry date of 5 years for these top-ups. I think personally, I would be looking out for any training that would be related to webinars and delivery on other social media platforms like this. Mainly because we speak at many economic seminars and events, and now with COVID-19, we are looking to alternative ways of presentation, including webinars. So that's something I'll be keeping an eye out in the short term.